Welcome back to Limbus Company, Canto 8. Last time, the family hierarch evaluations have begun, and we've managed to see quite a lot of things happening, and this time, the thumb, we're fighting weird jar monsters. It's a lot, that's for sure. Let's just get into it. I think it might just be fight first. Yeah, it seems like it's fight first. Fight first and we'll get story after. Yeah, checks out. Only 5 enemies at a time, yeah. This is the one that you want to kill fast because it poisons us again. Simple enough stuff. I just use it. Pop that immediately, that's nice. Popping that immediately is not particularly good, but that's fine. You gotta go for that. You actually can't, darn. No funny speed for you this turn. Tragic. Tragedy is fine. Definitely unfortunate, but I'd rather you win the clash than worry about your insight immediately. Simply just because if we win the clash, we get our sanity up, and that's probably better overall than DHE Merso insight, right? This insight's a little wonky. Staggered immediately, cool. I guess we're like, it's like talisman on talisman violence when Mao Branch does their attack, since they've got, you know, talisman curse blade stuff. No, you're the one who got it off. Can Otis... Actually, I think Otis might be able to pull something off here. Okay, cool. That'll be nice then. Unveil. I mean, we can pop an Unveil and a Cyclical Knowledge, and that's actually just fine. Jeez. You've got your thing going. We want you to pop that, that's for sure. And then we, like, pop that. Looks good, cool. Should be a solid turn, methinks. All tails, that's fine. Snake Fang is losing its clash, that's fine. 3 insight cyclical knowledge, gaming. Very funny when you just draw like 2 skill 3s like back to back when you've got 2 slots. This is gonna happen because like your slots your slots get pooled together effectively, right? And they're like skills, so it will happen sometimes. It's very funny when it does. I mean, you might as well do that there. It's better. I guess I haven't used an ego yet this Canto. I really haven't needed to ego that much yet. I guess I'm getting to the point where I probably do kind of need to. And me saying this is kind of encouraging myself. You got the 3, right? Yeah, cool. Pop that then. And then you are set now, yeah, cool. Air is not even good for DHE Ong, because I didn't discard that much. I'm trying to make use of DHE Mer, though. I believe in him. I am a hoper. I'm a dreamer. That's a lot of rupture. That's fine, not that much. Poison's definitely stacking up. We killed the big guy, but now there's another big guy. Now Poison's gonna start stacking up again. Well, you can maintain your Strider, that's nice. Can you pop this? Not really. You want 15. It doesn't even matter that much because we're not worried about rupture. I kind of want the sanity more. Yeah. Let's just pop it, you know? Bop it, twist it, turn it, as they say. Ancient scriptures and the like, and the ilk. You can pop this again. Yeah, I might as well. Make sure erudition's nice and topped off. A bit of bleed on you, that's fine. You get rid of most of it here. Don't give it too much of a chance to build up. I think it was just the same types of enemies again, right? I don't think, assumably we're going to be fighting the named version of this person, but that might be, like, next fight, right? Would they really end part 1 with weird talisman guy? Maybe. I mean, we've seen basically most of the stuff from the trailer at this point. So I feel like that guy being like the mini boss for part 1 would check out. We'll probably do it for at least one folks encounter type fight, right? And that would make sense. Way to conclude the beginning. Oh, another big one. Okay. A lot of big ones, actually. That's fine. It's alright. Pop that. Bop it, twist it, turn it. Earn it. Learn it. battle a chance to grow, etc. This guy's writhing in loneliness. Yeah, I think unbreakable coins are just bugged so they all show up as unbreakable sometimes when they're not actually all unbreakable, because there's no reason all that guy's stuff should be unbreakable, right? Because that was a... Like, it was like this one. Is it if you're staggering an enemy who has unbreakable coins, is that the cause of the visual bug? That's all. Oh god, Honglu's dying. Honglu doesn't have unique status effects still, right? I actually haven't been checking. I think he's like due for one, but like maybe not until like something major happens. Like I guess this would probably be a reasonable enough time for it to start, because this is where like he's like the family hierarchy candidate evaluations is starting. These guys are eating us alive. Jeez. Luckily, we can tear through them enough. Does Honglu have anything? Let me see. No, nothing still. Okay, I didn't think so, but I also didn't like actively check that much. Probably a good time for an ego. We have Force for Flames. That's an option. Don't really have actually any of that solid of an option. Oh well. That's good enough. Just make sure you win the clash, kill the guy, right? That sort of stuff. We kind of took a lot of damage last turn, so let's just pop an ego for safety. Don't really want to risk any lives too much. Not that it makes a difference. We win this anyways, but... Honglu died of poison at the end. Right. Oh well. He'll get revived. Remain inside the hall after the battle was devastating. Men in the audience seats had fled, and seats that were once brimming with people were only half filled. The candidate zone down here was littered with bodies of candidates who were mauled to death. Meanwhile, the jar monsters, having eaten their fill, had already crawled back into the jar. Yeah. It's definitely based on some sort of, like, yokai or something, right? Especially if Q-Corp is Japanese. Some sort of yokai, or maybe just some other, like, mythological Chinese monster or something, I don't know. Looked around and saw some candidates still holding tightly onto the treasures they'd each brought to the contest, even as they drew their last breaths. Amidst the destruction stood the cause of the chaos, watching the slaughter play with assured confidence. Interesting laugh, I went further. How will you attain freedom from aging? How will you argue freedom from death, with minds so dull and bodies so frail? What say you, judges? I present before you not only the clue immortality, but also treasure that brings ruin to those who would dare to deceive you. Here's my answer to the perennial question. They're not going to let this guy through, are they? They might, actually, looking at this. So you've brought us the clay of the jar. It be said that those who fail to survive this do not qualify as family hierarchy candidates, yes? Pan of the Jouet family passes, really. Okay, crazy. He gets the pass when he got almost everyone in here killed? Yep. All that matters is that what he has brought meets their standards. Because they managed to get two birds in one stone. He eliminated the distracting rabble from the competition. If you run into that guy in round 2, you better let me take a few swings at him. I'm sure we will get a chance to get a few swings at him. 28th candidate, She does send from the She family. But don't walk to the platform. As he has failed to appear, he is eliminated by default. Jazang called a few more names thereafter, but 29th candidate, 30th, number of candidates has clearly been called, but none appeared. Disappointingly, MB. Yeah, all the mediocre bunch got wiped out from the attack. If you got wiped out from the attack, you probably would have failed anyways, right? Like, logically speaking, if you died to some weird, like, jar creatures, the leftovers are exhausted. I just looked around as though she was doing some sort of critique. Huh. That lug. Oh, yep, thumb. Oh, boy. That's a gun sword. That is absolutely a gun sword. Huh. He's got, like, is he... That's a background. I thought he was, like, swinging around a weird, like, pair of scissors or something. No, I'm pretty sure that's just ribbon in the background. He doesn't hold anything in that hand. He's got a big cigar, though. Yeah, that's definitely a gun sword. That mother... Well, Lobby, I thought you got a mission to the earth. What are you doing crawling around out here? Girl, I saw you giving me the evil eye. At least have the decency to say hi, eh? Real sure that guy's talking to you, right? Huh. And a very, very raw display of raw emotion, or is that she was anxious and furious. Oh, do you know him? An absolute unit. Bloke's got to be at least 2 meters tall. Do not look at that man, Dante. And everyone, avert your eyes as well. Strong recommended that we do not say a word to him. That's right, you shrimps. You gotta first rack them. Change the diet brazier. It's gotta think real hard about whether you even come close to my ring before running your mouths. You hear? Lay, hang. He's a finger. The thumb is a syndicate with the strictest adherence to rigid hierarchical structures, even among the thick fingers. And his place among the hierarchy is the highest even among the capos. His rank is immediately beneath the position of Soto Capo, or underboss. Okay. So he's below a Soto Capo, but he's highest among capos. So he's like... I mean, so assumably he's like Catriel, Boris, Dennis level, right? So, well, around that. Small mistake of dragging the battle we do not want to fight. Please order everyone to not say a word, Dante. Yeah, and from what we can roughly say about the fingers, that means he's probably on the same level as, like, Ricardo, right? Because they're kind of, like, similar, like, levels of, like, hierarchy, right? So, like, Ricardo or, like, a proxy. Not something to worry about. I don't know what's going on, but I get it. You're saying that we're this close to having another Ricardo hunting us down, right? Yeah, let's avoid that. Just fast ask everyone. Lehman began storming his way through the crowd towards us, casually but forcefully shoving anyone in his way to sights. His gait was blasé and brutish, but his eyes were fixed intently on Ryoshu. It seemed that among the crowd were some people in higher positions as well, but even they either averted their eyes or voluntarily got out of his way. He marched calmly through the frozen crowd, as though he was familiar with this kind of reception, until a cry rang out from the crowd. You there, you big brute! How dare you block young Master Nangong Zhanhe's view? I'll have you know that you stand before the retinue of the Nangong family, the house that shall be soon be one of the 4 houses. Instead of reply, we heard a blast of gunpowder and saw the right arm of the man who spoke out catapulted into the air. Ah! Scream muffled as Lehang forced shoved his giant hand down the man's throat. The sound of wet meat being pulled out, he ripped the entire length of the man's tongue out through the mouth. Yep. Spoke out against superiors, no more tongue. Young Master Nangong Zhanhe, ain't ya? You owe me an arm now. Mighty sorry, but you should have kept a tighter leash on the boy's jaw. The young master of some proceeded house presented his right hand, though it was clear that he was utterly terrified. Lei Hang proceeded to grab his hand and break it off his form like snapping a twig. I went easy on you, boy. Seeing a friendly face put me in a good mood. Also, that's Thumbs Capo 4 in, like, archaic Roman numerals. Like, pre-IV Roman numerals. Okay. Anyway, I don't reckon that you missed the spider's house. I can't imagine why anyone would give me the heebie-jeebies, too, whenever I gotta swing by. Okay. That's very interesting, you know. Spider's house to Mrs. 3 different red eyes thingies. We got some catching up to do later. I'll teach you how to hold your sword real good, right, like, back then. Where am I the best of them all? I thought I taught you how to make every cut real delicious. Yeah, sure. Now is not yet the time. You gotta wait, like, 6-7 months, okay? First was Ryoshu in a low voice with her raising her head. Shut up for a second. I was trusting you to still remember the promise you made prior to your employment. Get the stick out behind, kiddo. I ain't here to pick you up. I sure ain't. I will try and teach you a lesson either like back when. Your baby stole at that house. Ain't that right? Ooh. We should grab a holder sword like she was about to unsheath it. Oh boy. Same sure she refused to unsheath for the duration of her entire journey. Oh, am I wrong about that? Just what in tarnation happened then? I injected nose deep in them fellas' business, you gotta understand. Guess something sure as hell went down though, didn't it? Ah, now ain't that something? So, you're really fixing to unsheath that blade? Miss Ryoshu. In a quiet but coldly stern voice, Faust called Ryoshu's name. Ryoshu. What is that? Oh, dang it, what in the gosh dang. Ah, my bad, y'all. I really gotta take this. It's the underboss calling, you gotta understand. Alrighty then, I'll meet you later. We can talk about your daddies or shoot some other stuff then. See you around, Yoshihide. Real name mentioned? The strange man turns around and stomps his way through the crowd again. His booming voice is reverberating across the entire hall as he loudly and boisterously awaits the call. Gotta be here for the family hierarch war, right? The outcome of the family hierarchy evaluation determines the immediately foreseeable future of H-Corp, which means parties of varying, possibly clashing interests here. They're doing the same bit they were doing in, like, setting up Honolulu stuff in Canto 7, aren't they? Yeah, makes enough sense. Hey Heathcliff, notice you didn't rush ahead this time. I was worried it was going to be like the time with the middle. That wasn't an issue of Heathcliff rushing ahead. That's mean. That was Heathcliff robbing a safe. I know a thing or two about the thumb back in my syndicate days, and about what happened in the middle. Like I said, I had no bloody idea who those things belonged to. Besides, that sod is more powerful and violent than Ricardo, an individual we had encountered in the past. The thumb commands its own manner of terror and violence unlike that of the middle. As we were all sharing impressions of Lei Heng, my family reached first in place. In the same position she'd been when Lei Heng walked past her, spacing out. All the way to the pinky. Huh. Risha muttered something to herself. As even further chaos was about to overtake the crowd and the candidates. 32nd candidate, Jachu. God, we were going straight from that whole, like, spider house, like, daughter stole the place, but maybe not really? Because Liang didn't really know what went down, as so he said. Huh. I don't know. Straight into Jachu, though. And the mere mention in the case that had swelled the hall immediately settled into hushed silence. That's Hanafuda and Alan. Really? They've really brought back Hanafuda and Alan. That's crazy. Hanafuda of, and the two random general receptions from Ruin, and they're actually brought back. That's crazy. Hanafuda's hype, that's more discard. And, Alan's gimmick was, like, beating defensive stuff and Pierce, which is not really something that translates well. That's crazy. Jachu walked up to the platform, unaccompanied by his own faction, but not alone. Who are those people next to Jachu? I've never met them before. Oh, and that must mean their big brother Jachu's answers to immortality. Wait, library? Unbooked? Who could they possibly be? Neither of them appear to be particularly skilled in combat. This is very interesting, all these different ways people have come up with their own strange immortalities. Yeah, they're both consistently looking around like they're nervous. They are... I was believed that they are survivors of the library. Survivors? The only ones who survive the impossible, inevitable odds and the insurmountable force. The only survivors who may be able to explain that very force. Possibly. Candidate Chu of the Jaw family. Jia Chu didn't spend much time behind the curtains. He walked out soon after, his steely expression unchanged from when he entered it. Testimony rings true. They both survivors of the place that soared beyond a star of the city before it vanished. Even they know it soared beyond a star. Interesting. It's a shame that we were unable to procure ourselves an invitation then. He passes. Jia Chu's expression did not budge. I wonder if, I guess Thumb showing up here probably related to Alan, because, Night Owls, which is the faction that Alan ran, was, like, a subsidiary of the Thumb. So the big random Thumb guy being there probably ties into that to some degree. Hanafuda just worked for, like, Zhong's office, which was just random, like, J-Corp office. Not as important. And that covers all the candidates, it seems. Crazy. All of the, I guess the Hanafuda and the Alan fans are gonna go crazy over that one. I don't know what to say. First round complete to all four families who've graced this hall. Excuse me! Unlike Jachu, his appearance plunged the hall into utter stillness, hung his sudden interjecting and roused the room to roaring chaos and confusion once again. You... what? I think you might have missed a candidate. What do you mean? I believe we've covered every candidate present in the list. You missed me. Jia Bao Yu of the Jia family will partake in the family hierarchy evaluations. Just says it out loud. God, there's so much going on already. Yeah, library servers being mentioned, that being an immortality thing, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of things that have been previously established being potential, like, pathways to immortality is real interesting, right? Because, like, the rivers being, like, important. Because the rivers ties into abnormalities in general, because it ties into how, like, the bucket's able to, like, grab, like, abnormalities from, like, the well, like, which is the river, which seems to tie, like, the 5 Greek rivers, which are all... So that's super important. Abnormalities, of course, that's pretty self-explanatory. The talismans are really interesting. We don't really know how they work too much, but I wouldn't be surprised if that ties into Ryoshi's Canto to some degree. Yeah, the library survivors, that makes a lot of sense. Something else random I'm forgetting? What did, I don't remember. So much. Declaration of participation, yep. Hong Lu has announced his partaking in the event. Isn't that Jia Baoyu? What's that doing there? What did he just say? That, referring to Hong Lu, you know, seeing it as an object. I had a feeling it was going to happen, but we really kicked the hornet's nest, huh? Hark, what is all? In case upon our glory, in the 11th hour, the final band of heroes arrives! Yi-sang, don't pretend you're not with us, huh? At least give the audience a wave. Guys, I don't think they're taking the announcement too well. A large portion of the audience is vociferously expressing their collective confusion, wrath, and concern. These emotions are expressed by their jaws that have been opened past a certain degree. Merso observed as the chaos wasn't restricted to the audiences. The candidates were starting to get agitated too. And there he is, that disgusting duplicitous who brings annihilation to everyone around him with that silly, innocent smile. So it's very interesting, that's for sure. It's very weird looking, which makes sense since it's Spiral of Contempt, right? We're looking at him. I do like how he's got like little, like, it looks like they're like daggers or something. Little Spiral of Contempt daggers he like throws at people. He does feel like the kind of guy to fight with a dagger. I don't know. Rebecca say, huh? What's going on? I thought Baoyu wasn't participating in the Hierarch War. He waited till the last moment. Snap your necks completely. Hmm? Explain yourself, now. Miss out, I may grab on your sword like my life depended on if you said that exact phrase. Blimey, can't we just... She mentioned you too, Heath. She told me you ever something like, can't we just give a good beating and be done with it? Haha, what a throwback. Decorum. I demand decorum. Hope you don't mean having to risk, you mean to risk having your body marred. Withdraw your name. It isn't too late. Now. I'm heading in, Father. 33rd candidate. Baoyu of the Jia family. 33 is also definitely a very, auspicious number, right? Since 32 is like a very tournament-y number, since it's, you know, it's a power of 2, right? So when there's 32, it's a very even, like, bracket type bit, but 33 is a very weird number, definitely fitting. Come forth. Ready, Dante? I don't know. And what about you, Ryoshu? I'm itching to get shopping. Need to vent this feeling. Are you sure they're going to be okay, Faust? Something that must be done regardless of the soundless of participants. They're gonna have Ryoshu cut Hong Lu in half. And it's gonna be raw. I still quite detest this plan. Let's be honest for a sec. Are any of us actually happy to go through with this? Okay. I guess there's a... Yeah. Ryoshu's like, I really need to kill someone right now. I just can't help it. Ryoshu and I walked up to the platform. Up close, it was much larger, grander, and more imposing than I thought it'd be. Enter the fabric threshold. Once we walked past the curtain and instructed, we saw Jia Zichun, Jia Mu, and Jia Zhang waiting for us inside. I know not what in your life beyond the hedges could have wrought this change of heart. But to see you aspire to the seat of the hierarch is indeed a sight most curious. It's been a while, big sister. Has all life in Q-Corp been treating you well? I have seen and learned much. As you must have, Baoyu. Now I see your true reason for returning home today. I'm sorry, grandmother. I thought better than to let this be common knowledge. So you did. Now that you've revealed your intent, withdrawal is no longer an option. Very well. I present the answer that you brought before us here today. God, I feel like Ryoshu cutting, like, their, like, precious jade in half is not going to go too well with them. Sure, I sat through many people standing in the same place as I am now, explaining to you what it is that they'd brought. So I suppose you would much rather like a straightforward visual demonstration than making you sit through another 1,000-worded lecture. Hong gave Ryoshu an odd. Yes. I'm okay. God. Yeah, there's been some weird, like, flashing going on in the loading screens. I've noticed this a couple of times in this Canto already. I guess it's just loading weirdly. Our answer that we may be able to demonstrate before them is resurrection via Dante's power. Yep, to show them that just death is but a temporary setback. And the most dramatic demonstration of the ability would be to... Oh... that was a Lob Corp sound effect. I'm pretty sure that's the sound effect for when... Is it when you kill, like, the Amber Dawns? Is it the Amber Dawn death sound effect? I think it might be that. I think so. Oh! Indeed, you've certainly demonstrated something. You're truly the least true part of today about you. Aha, I see. So the most effective way for me to get killed in front of them. Yep. Ties into it. Without any room for ambiguity of that. Yes. Then, I mean, one of us has to, make sure that Honglu no longer lives. Oi, no need to beat around the bush. Remember what we did to each other when we first met? Then, this is the implication that you are still willing to murder Honglu without hesitation? Murder? Wait, did you really have to put it like... Apparently, I did not wish for my good opinions more than I already have. Also, like, using, like, a bat or, like, a spear, honestly, doesn't feel like it goes as hard as using just a solid blade. I'm sure Otis would have gladly done it, but I feel like Ryo's done the most fitting. Maybe a stretch to say that it's fortunate, however. Seem to have an individual among us who may be able to carry out this task in the most painless, swift, and unburdened manner. And every minute turned to look at. Huh. So, how would you like to be cut? Where's that Lei Hang? Who is he working with? Seeing the slave Honglu in half, did nothing to distract Ryo from her own thoughts. Jiamu watching us in silence, motionless in her seat. You have split his brain in half. You have irreversibly ended this child's life. Not even letting him to show you'll bring him back now. Why you? Well then, what will you do now? You have no means to restore the jade of the family. For your transgressions, you will... Clock. Spin it. And so it turned, and one of the most high-ended situations I've ever turned it in. The muscle fibers, the nerves, the flesh that was split, all began to reconnect like a rewinding videotape. Huh? Huh? Wait, why doesn't this hurt at all? Your skill with the sword was no joke. I didn't feel the slightest bit of discomfort. I don't know how even realize he was dying. Bayu, I truly realize that it's been a while since we've met. He has grown quite bold. Ah. I smell beasts. Oh. Bunch of, Haisho. It seems. Left is, like, Ox? I think Ox is one of them, right? Ox is one of them. You've got, like, antlers. Is, like, there a moose? I don't know. It's hard to tell. Bull. Rooster. Oh, dragon. Monkey. The Haisho are here. Yeah, bull. I think bull ox are, like, interchangeable, right? Task was to find the answer to freedom from aging and death. Not to break a taboo and precipitate the destruction of our home. It has not been long since the family that once let age was brought to ruin. No arbiter, no claw shall ravage the family of Hong Yuan again. Ew. Interesting. Jia Yuan-chun appeared ready to command the Haisho to kill us all, but... Jiamu signs over the wave of her hand. You will wait. Venerable Jiamu. Once the resurrection is created, the head will... We must end this before they... Hold for one moment. To be rash in judgment is to judge him completely. I wish not to lose either. Our treasure and a clue to immortality. And Honglu is whole again. Thank you, Ryoshu. It really didn't hurt at all. And you too, Dante. No problem. Honglu didn't feel anything, though. If it didn't hurt Dante whatsoever, I don't know. Is that supposed to be Ryoshu's skill with the blade and like a swift and painless death? Or is it like Honglu being unable to feel it? If so, it's a weird to have reason. There's a lot of things being raised here. Grandmother, big sister Yuan-chun. Did you see that? This is the immortality I found. Are we safe? If aught be owed, a swift vengeance shall arrive in time. It is simply yet to return. Chinese poem. Jamu's quiet utterance seems to dissipate the forces that surround us outside the curtains. Bayou, in the first round of the family hierarchy evaluations, you pass. Bayou of the Ja family passes. What trickery is this? I was off some sightseeing tour away from Hong Yuan like a jobless rich kid. When do you manage to find his own answer? Thus ends the first round. Those who pass must prepare for the second round, set to commence tomorrow. Yeah, the fact that the head is fine with whatever antics that Limbus Company has going on is definitely very sketchy. It's been sketchy for a while, but yeah, another instance of it being really weird. Remember, the candidates are barred from harming one another between now and the commencement of the second round of the evaluations. Okay, so you can't attack people out off time. Oh, I'm sure there's still a way. So your one and only rule is to remember well, and who dare break it shall immediately be disqualified. That is all. As soon as the judge sang announced the end of the first round, everyone in the audience seats began rushing towards the first floor. Getting mixed up with that car is probably not a great idea. Let's get out of here! Indeed. Let us immediately return to Hong Lu's room. And we decided to slip out of here before the curious crowd swept us away. However, we turned around to leave. There he is, Jiaqu, Zilu, and Zigong. Stood Jiachu in our path. Oh, Big Brother Chu! Congratulations on the passing of the first round. Here you passed as well, young master. Congratulations are in order, it seems. How is it that you, young master, who has not shown an inkling of ambition towards the seat of the hierarch, suddenly emerged as one of its candidates, positively stealing the show? How many people do we know passed? Not a lot. That's for sure. I mean, we knew there was 33 in total, which really isn't a lot, but also most of them failed. Very interesting. Well, you know, some of these people get swept up by random surges of ambition. When that surge of ambition your company's and not young Master Bayou's? Well, if our last meeting didn't confirm it, it sure seems like they know us well. Have it not impressed upon you enough that you were nice to remain within the borders? Instead, he sparked such disorder that the fringes of his perimeter. I had thought only that his role in society would be played as a pawn by his Jaws Di-chun. No more. My lord, perhaps you have overestimated this young master. Over? Are you still to believe that inaction is a path without consequences? I didn't even get a chance to say hello to you earlier, Brother Chu. Bayou of the Jia family formally extends his greetings to you. This is the first time we're meeting face to face since I've reached adulthood. Speaking of which, you managed to stitch Big Brother Yihua and Mr. King Tao's heads back onto their bodies. Huh? He was first let a fly-rasty gasp where the other sinners followed suit. I guess that's just how siblings of Hong Yuan greet each other, huh? Seems like Miss Bao Chai was just a particularly nice exception, yeah. I guess we don't know what Bao Chai brought, huh? But she passed, so... Just a question that deserves no answer. And the coffin guy passed too, which is really weird. I guess it didn't state the coffin guy passed, but if he got a sprite and only was briefly mentioned, that big coffin guy surely passed as well. No clue what that could entail. It'll be Wild Hunt or something. No, probably not. I could see it being tied like Pekatule or something. I don't know. You arrived here unprepared, ready to catch something in the flames, all for the mere reason that your turn had come. If your mind hasn't changed, then it would have been wise to remain unseen and unnoticed as you were. Yes, thank you for your concern. This facade of wisdom and pensiveness worn upon your speech is truly intractable. Do I do that? Noticing Jiachu's hand tighten around his weapon, Ishmael quickly jumped in. Oh, in case you forgot, there's a rule preventing candidates who pass the first round of killing each other. Hopefully I'm not the only one who remembers that. If you're going to continue to bully us, don't be surprised if there are consequences. Otis, you finished the preparations, right? Preparations? The reinforcement was standing by the front gates. Who? Huh? What reinforcement? Which is why I'm... Oh, it's a bluff. Wait, is why I'm warning you that taking rash action prior to the start of the second round could result in a pointless skirmish between both of us. A loud boast from a losing army in an empty fortress. Though I believe that sheer might is hardly the quality one should flaunt. I am not intent on fighting you here. Jia Bayou, you will beget great suffering by endeavoring to embrace beyond your abilities. Yet if he still wishes the challenge to be broken, then perhaps that outcome is simply meant to be. And with that, they turned around and left us. It seemed they were only here to give us a warning. What a relief. I thought we'd have to fight Jachu and his Haisho pack. I guess we got silhouettes for a bunch of the Haisho packs there. Interesting stuff. They did see right through us in the end, but hey, nice teamwork, Otis. What unbelievable impudence. You notice how they don't even glance at the rest of us through the entire exchange. They don't care? Jouet Baochai peeked over my pillar before walking up to Honglu. You passed the first round! I'm so happy for you by you! Seriously, what's going on here? I didn't even imagine my wildest dreams that you'd be participating in the family hierarchy war. Congrats to you too, big sister Baochai, for passing the first round. Gathering from the fact you hid it even from me, you really didn't want anyone to know, right? Yeah, I imagine that must have kicked up quite the ruckus with everyone. Now I'm starting to feel kinda bad about this. Someone ended up lying to everyone. Hey, don't beat yourself up over it. Own it instead. Well, if it's all the same to you, then, I want to say I'm so happy that you decided to take part. I was worried that you might have already left Dagwan Yan so far away from me again by the time I was finished with the family hierarchy war. That would have been too bad. So I'm glad we'll get to spend more time together, even as contestants. Don't forget to say hello and give me a wave if we ever run into each other, okay? Jouet Baochai left us to rejoin her faction, waving sweetly as she did so. Yep. Yeah. Definitely makes me wonder. It is assumably... Oh, big path. Heading down here, Jazi-chan. You're heading kind of towards that bottomish area, which definitely makes sense if that's going to be, like, related somehow. I assume part 2 is going to end up being the second trial, and part 1 is going to be... I don't think part 1's going to maybe make it to, like, the start of the second trial or something. I assume that's going to be how it's broken apart, right? Well, you've got Zichan to deal with now. Might be a little mad at us. Whoopsies. You've returned, young master. Ziren's also a very interesting character because she just really doesn't seem to care. And I'm not sure I don't know enough to say why that is yet, right? Yep. Good evening, Ziren. Ziren bowed wordlessly in the same attached coldness Spencer earlier. She did not all seem excited about her master's success today, nor did she appear to be concerned about him. A letter has arrived for you, young Master Baoyu. You didn't even try to hide the fact that the envelope was tampered with, did you? My responsibility was to deliver the letter. To protect its integrity was not one of my obligations. Honglu, are you sure she's your maidservant? It's okay. She's not wrong. Ziren, can I ask you something? Jialing promised to pay a rock doesn't be me, but I can't find him anywhere. Ooh. Is Jialing the other brother? Is he the one who's dead? Because Honglu saved Dayu instead of him? Well, let's see. How many numbers have you learned so far, young master? And she seems to have a lot more emotions back then. Shiren and I learned up to 10. Huh? Is that not Shiren? That is Shiren. What? I'll be back after 100 nights sleep. Sleep 10 nights, 10 times, and that's 100 nights. Oh, that's so cool. Ziren, you're so smart. Oh, that's nothing. It's something we all learned growing up. Ziren, I slept 10 times, 10 nights, but I still don't know where Jialing's gone. Did it say that young Master Jialing was to return? You said he'd be back after 100 nights. She seems to be emotionless now. Oh, 100 nights is hardly enough, young master. It will take at least 1,000 nights, given what they did to him. I see. You're smart as always, Jiren. Young master, it's been years, but young Master Jialing's body is still decaying. God, he has lost control of over half his body. Even after he was fed the boluses I'd sent him? I was told earlier that your boluses were useless, young master. Decay reaches his brain and overload students, given that it is impossible to recover from such a wound. What kind of decay? It's very weird. That makes me wonder if it ties into like the Q-Corp like zombification that the one guy was going through. Body is functionally dead. Death would be preferable, in fact. So give up your naive hope and forget about him. You're always so smart, Shiren. I will now read the letter, Executive Manager. Right. Yeah. I stood there pondering. Otis walked up to the front with the letter in hand. This is from Manager Soud. Hello, everyone. How you managed to pass the first round? Yippee! I wrote this letter before I heard the news, actually. You wouldn't even be reading this letter if you hadn't passed. You've got complete faith in us. Surely that's what that is. What the heck? Let's save the celebration for later. The real game starts in round 2. The candidates must have been making alliances, strategy, sharing information about the next round. So we're gonna make an alliance with Zichan. Hopefully she's willing to forgive us a bit. Meanwhile, you guys stumbled around aimless and alone before returning to your lodging. And here you are now, reading my letter. Is she watching us from somewhere? No, you're reading a letter. But not to worry, for your team specifically, round 2 doesn't require much strategizing. Because it's just a pure fight, I assume? Because it'll be messy and continuous battle after battle. Yep. Just what we can handle. So battle on, as you always do. Huh? It's what you do best, right? Hold on. I would like to go into more detail later, but I'm sure this letter will be, and has been, most likely intercepted by someone from other candidates, clans, or coalitions. So in order to attain your objective, you must rely on what you've learned and gained so far. Your intuition and fearlessness. Like I said earlier, we have but one purpose. Contextual clues suggest the one person implied to be come in second place and obtain the golden bow. Well, that wraps everything up then. Oh, one last thing. Shameless curse who rested their eyes upon the god of the letter without author should be shocked over the curse misfortune of the last generation. Never shall they ever be single narrative in regards to nature. The bottom part of the letter has been torn off, huh? What a way to end a letter. Is that like a talisman, or is that just her being her? I don't know what's out. So does anyone need to know what to expect in round 2? The letter really didn't help with anything at all. You better learn the exact rules on site and hear from the organizers themselves. Say that there are forces who have already had their eyes and ears on us. Executive Manager, there's someone by this door. Zichan! Right on cue, eh? I don't think that's what this is. Grab your weapons, prepare for bat. Spider rushed. The person by the door was none other than Zichan. So you weren't expressing that we had grown quite familiar with by now. An instant combination of annoyance and disappointment. Why do I ever expect anything better from you anymore? So you're just opening your front door anyway without even checking who knocked. Just like that? We believe in you. Definitely furthering the fact that we're probably getting Zichan and maybe like a way ID next week, right? Which, once again, this video is going to be up, like, and it'll be known already. I thought you were done talking with... yeah, we can be pretty heedless from time to time. I don't think anyone who's doing kills would decently just stand and hesitate in front of my door wondering if she should knock or not. Earlier in round 1, you had yourself killed in front of Jamu and Big Sister Yan Chun, didn't you? And you've revived yourself in front of them too, I presume. Right? Why even go that far, huh? What's gotten into you, brother? Family hierarchy, really? Why now all of a sudden? I can tell just from looking at your face. Well, I guess we can still work together if we don't care about being first, right? I assume that's going to be the point of this conversation where, like, we don't actually want to win, we just need to get second. So you could care less about becoming something like the family hierarchy. Is that really it? They told you to do it? Zichan, imagine, just for the sake of it, what if, just what if, like, what if our actual goal isn't to come in first place? Do you seriously expect me to believe that? Right, totally. Heck, I wouldn't buy that either. Anyways, I'm here to ally or play with you. I'm never ever doing anything like that with you again, brother. It'll be nighttime soon, you know. And your room's always been so dark because you barely let so much as a ray of moonlight in. And like she's warning us that we'll be visited by some uninvited guests soon. Ooh. Yeah, no way they're letting you, a sudden, unforeseen variable, spend the night in peace. Didn't they warn us earlier that round 2 candidates are prohibited from hurting each other? I see. The only thing that matters is the exact wording of the law, not the spirit of it. Right. They won't intervene as long as the candidate's not trying to kill a fellow candidate, literally with their own hands. Okay. We're gonna be fighting, like, Snake Eye Show then, I assume? And that'll be the end of the part 1? So don't trust anyone, even your maidservants. Ah. Thanks for coming here in person, Zichun. Tomorrow we'll really be enemies. I know it's too late to change anything, but tomorrow... Zichun stumbled over her words, trailed off, and then turned around and left as though she had swallowed what she wanted to say. When she expressed her wish to visit you herself, I made 3 attempts to talk her out of it. It was highly important of someone of my station to advise against her 3 times, yes, but I implore you all to know that her choice to come here was not an easy one. I know this question can sound a bit nosy, but are things okay over there? We will face the trial to the best of our abilities. I wish with all my heart that our paths will not cross tomorrow. And I share this sentiment. I wish not to ever bring harm to them, nor they to us in turn. Well, when's anything ever gone as we wished, eh? But Heathcliff sounded just as uneasy. Yep. Definitely seems about right. Intruders, yeah. Who would have thought? Oh, warning, there's going to be intruders soon. Pff, what are the odds there's going to be intruders soon? Intruders soon. Pff, purely slash week. Yeah, it's going to be Sea Branch. That makes enough sense. We haven't seen them yet, and we did get the IDs for them, so definitely checks out. Oh moon, once it waxes, it wanes. Oh water, once it fills, it overflows. For all lights must go out, the night is still. It's time. Sharpen your senses. Hey, what are some known infiltration routes in this building that enemies could use? Anywhere, really, as long as the assassin's willing to put their mind to it. At least it's a real room this time, right, surely? Because once there's one time when one of them suddenly appeared from under my bed. That sounds kinda terrifying. Huh. Here she was leisurely putting her cigarette as sinners were looking on a full alert, something pointed up. Up. Ceiling, someone just landed above us. Ah, so if they're hiding in the ceiling, there must be more waiting for us just out the door. Hong spoke casually as I was expecting to have them join us for tea or something. Impressive. You're pretty sharp. Ugh. So it all whipped around and swung above with their voice, but... Oh no, this guy! Oh, I forgot. I completely forgot there was like this guy in the trailer too, huh? Wait, this smells like... Is that sod drinking on the job? Give me a break, I'm an old kind of night shift. I say I deserve a drink. Our target's on message shot by you. Let's kill him quick and call it a night. With that, the enemies began flooding into the room. And these are the guys that had the, what do you call them? Tonda? Whatever? I don't know. They've got a weird name, but they're like baton-looking things. Not these guys, but like the main guy. 12 enemies. Podao is silent. Okay. What are you guys? Rupture? Bleed. Okay. Prioritizes Honglu. Alright. Makes sense. Failed hit Honglu, gain attack power the next turn. Failed hit, inflict more bleed next turn. Okay. And hit during combat phase, more damage. Hit during combat phase on Clash Wind, do more damage. Okay. Sure. Does Honglu have a special effect now? No. But he's being targeted by everything, so... Not nice. We need to do something about that, I must say. And that something is called... killing them? Do I let that hit you? For Insight 2, no. We can just do this and we'll get Insight 3 next turn. And that should work decently, right? I think so. Okay, we lose a coin, that's fine. We win the clash, that's what matters. We got 2 tails, okay. Or the damage isn't great, you know, that's fine. This is a one-sided. I don't think I realized that was a one-sided, but I think you're gonna counter. Potentially by multiple, if you hit another counter in the process, you sure did. Okay. That's fine. That means Murso's not taking it, who should have been the one who took the counter, because it's THE Murso, but whatever. Actually, no, we can let that go through. More discard. Greed is good. Greed is good. Scorch knowledge. We can actually get insight through. Yeah, that works. Cool. Should be good. Insight set now. Just up to us how much we want to maintain it for Murso. And Honglu's Sandy is almost max now, so he's going to be doing a lot of damage, especially because these guys are slash weak. We just spam skill 1s and skill 2s and kill. Get another skill 3 next turn, so you'll be able to do some antics with that. Let me just do this. Do we... Oh, well, yeah, that's fine. I'm also not discard. Get the erudition going for Hong Lu. He's 5 erudition, so I mean that's good enough. Okay. You've got 2 of those. Do you really need to use both of those at once? Not really, no. Pop one of them then. You actually need to use this. You can't, darn. Then you just gotta do damage and hope you get... You're getting another skill slot next, I think. Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, we're at 10, okay. Figure I should check real quick. Scorch Knowledge. Do we just pop Scorch Knowledge on you? Yeah, let's do it. Might as well. Do some damage. Pull an insight, trust in you. Some sanity for Sinclair is nice. Probably should get like some like sanity support passive or something going on, right? Just so we can get that building up better than it currently is, because right now, sanity's kind of building up slow in these normal fights because of having 7 people. Bit unfortunate. Okay, is this... No, there's still one more after this. Okay, that's fine. Who got staggered? Oh, I see. That's fine. You can pop this here, so that's good. That's nice. Do you need to move more? I don't know that would work. Do you need more Serpent Art? I can't tell. One, yeah, you kind of do, but we'll just not. You can't worry about that. We'll be able to deal with that. Yeah, sure. Oh, you can actually pop that. Oh, cool. Alright, send that. It doesn't look like we're actually being able to kill the bottom right guy, unless we get some early kills and be able to transfer some skills over that guy, but we're not hitting him with anything because our missing one person due to staggering. That's fine. That'll be low enough anyways that might just end up dying next turn without too much hassle. That guy didn't die either. That's annoying. We'll still be able to do this in 10 turns. We're looking good right now, after all. See, you kind of need Strider. Oh, you're going to get Strider. I just looked at your skills. That is 2 Curse Writ Butcher Blades. As they call it in the biz. The, Curse Writ Butcher Blade biz. Is this highest? It is, yeah. That'll be a problem. No, it won't. Because this will go first. Yeah, okay, that works then. Turn her in a moment. You do that. Cool. Looks good. We'll kill most of them this turn, I think. And there's going to be one more that shows up, but there's going to be so few of them compared to the fact that we have, you know, all 12 slots already. So it shouldn't be that much of an issue. Huh? Yeah, just this one guy. Okay. You're in for a less than ideal time. Kind of like Yisung. Well, ideal. That wasn't the named guy, was it? I don't think it was. I think named guy will probably show up in the fight after this. Night ambush, yep. Is it through? Was this only 2 enemies? Yeah, okay, so this will be the named guy. This is probably the boss for the first part then. Who is this guy? He's just some random, like, drunkard assassin. Who hired him? Oh, okay, so it'll be at the back, that's fine. Can you... Darn. You've got that, that's fine. Decent enough start, all things considered. Sure. Pop that. It'll be pretty weak, but that's fine. Oh, we immediately got you to 3 insight, that's nice. Do love when you can set up a unit's bit immediately, it always feels nice. Okay, can you get yours off now? Yes, good. Good stuff. Oh, you're actually better off with this. It's still not, like, great looking, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Yeah. You're 3 insight. Rathres. Yeah, not the biggest fan of how this turn's looking, per se, but we're doing decently? Okay, we're doing decently. Yeah, we won every clash. Okay. There are a couple of neutral slash favorite stuff in there that I wasn't super certain on, but it still worked, so hey. We ball. Scorch Knowledge. Is it even worth Scorch Knowledge? Not really. We discard that and then we can skill 2 next turn. That'll probably be good. Yeah. Seems solid. Be able to cut through a decent chunk of these guys. I once again didn't look if they're blunt resist or pierce resist. They are blunt resist. Okay, that's fine. We've got, like, roughly even blunt and pierce, I want to say, right? Because, like, your skill 3 is pierce, your skill 2 and 3 is pierce, your skill 2 is pierce, your skill 3 is blunt, your skill 1 and 3 is blunt, all your skills are blunt. Yeah. Actually, like, fairly decent, fairly well balanced, like, damage types across the board, really, on a team like this. Which is kind of funny. Oh, that's you. You're gonna retreat if you do that. You're gonna be brutally murdered if you don't, though. So, like, it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? That sort of bit. Boom-res. You get that nice damage up thanks to discarding a skill 3. Oh, that's scary. Neutral Sandy moment. We still pull through. Good. And you die. Cool. Once again, don't get Sandy, though, because we are a little over-leveled. Because I leveled up everyone to 45, or 55. So crazy how that's, like, the new level cap. It's crazy every time the level cap increases, because, like, then I know I need to grind some XP. I think they're adding Next Lux next week, right? So I don't need to, I'll wait till that before I start really grinding it. I'll probably run a similar team to this next week, right? Depending on what we get, depending on what happens. Probably it's like this sort of thing, except I shard Gregor, right? And that'll be the play. Okay, bunch of reinforcements. You cannot pop it, that's fine. You can curse it, so that'll work. Oh, you can do the exact same bit again, that works. And you can do that if you want to get more Serpent's Arm. Which sounds good. Oh, it's a, oh, I didn't, oh. I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I, like, fully factored in the fact this is a combat start. You don't actually need to use this to get Serpent Arm running. Oh, that's nice. Because for Strider Mao, it's on use, not combat starts. You need to actually get to use the power counter. But for this one, it's just, as long as you slot it in, you get it next turn. Oh, that's actually really good. It's still next turn, so it's a little annoying. But this way we can just make sure it's nice and set up. And it's a slot that probably wouldn't have been doing too much anyways, right? So that's fine. Yeah, that's nice. A lot of those little details, you can tend to, like, assume what's gonna happen, and therefore end up being wrong, right? That's nice. We lost with a skill 1, that's fine. Your sanity is not good. Jeez. That's also a lot of defense level down, because these guys, like, are mean. Is the last one not named guy? Oh. It's just more of the generic ones. Okay. Still at least one more fight after this, then. I mean, I kind of feel like I expected that, though. It didn't feel like a super insane finisher. And normally they do, like, more for a finisher, right? I think, at least. Alright, cool. Another nice victory. Was this a story node? No, this is a pure fight node. Oh. I didn't notice it was a pure fight node. Yep. Night Ambush 2. This time there's a new enemy. And this one, oh, this is a focused encounter. Okay. This is the named guy then. Do we get story beforehand or just straight into the fight? Straight into the fight, it seems. Oh, never mind. Why do it like this, huh? Why not make it a story node and then bring it into the fight instead of making it a story node within a fight? Whatever. Woo-wee! What? Still working on it. Seems that we're currently underestimated by our foes. She and Hua made the same mistake. You didn't seriously think we defeated such a pathetic force, did you? Ow, wow, pipe down. You're giving me an early hangover. And don't you compare us to that little troublemaker, the Shi family, will you? Be careful, Otis. His comm capabilities leak beyond those of his companions. So that's why he's so sure of himself, I see. Identify your name and allegiance. Really? You think I'd just tell you that if you asked nicely working this line of business? I have no name or allegiance to give you, friend. Ah, though I have no name to give, I have a title that others took the liberty of giving me. You tend to pick up one or two of those after serving for so long. He who emerges from with a liquor bottle only to fade into the nightly shadow. The world has deigned to call him the Night Drifter of the Drunken Palm. Okay, alcoholism. Let's go. Let's see. 50% achieve, recursion second, end this turn. Ooh. One of those types of bits. But it straight up ends the turns, you can't cheese it. Raiders of Hung Lu. Bunch of things going on. Fixed panic, yeah, damage taken. Hit combat phase, take more damage. Clash lose, take more damage. Do more damage based on missing HP. High HP, gain offense level down, gain offense level up. Okay. Kind of like more of the same that these guys have. Oh, gain swag. 3-stack heal, 3% HP at turn end, core and part. Turn end, he had 5-stack, gain 3 attack power for 2 fragile next turn. Is there like a clash lose gain 1 swig? Gain 5 shield for every swig on self, gain swig equal number and he's targeting this unit. That's annoying. I guess if I can get around not letting him proc that, that'd be nice. Because then you'd gain a bunch of swig. Does it gain... This doesn't ever go away, it seems. Huh. He's probably got a skill that consumes it, right? That sort of bit. You really want Hong Lu dead. We can't really do... Or we can do some redirecting, that's fine. I just see, like, these speed rolls, and this is really annoying to all be going for Hong Lu, huh? Well, that's fine. We'll work on it bit by bit. You can... No reason to attack that guy immediately, I don't think. Okay, you're out of a job, but, like, everyone else can do it fairly decently. Yeah, okay. This is the first turn, so we want to be popping some of this stuff. If you're gonna hit that guy, let's make sure you don't hit that guy then. Just do this. Yeah, that's fine. You'll gain more swig. You're gonna gain max swig no matter what, though, I feel, right? I don't know. I feel like it's not something to be too concerned about until I know what it actually does, right? Yeah, we can, like, power counter, like, the weak attacks you guys have. Like, those stuff. Just get that out of the way. Struggling. Oh, that's here. That's not the skill to use, right? Neutrals. That's fine. Can we expend knowledge this? No. I don't really want to cyclical knowledge it, though, because that would be, like, lame. And I really don't want to just let it go through. Maybe we, like, hit it with one of these then, right? Like, we lose this clash, but you get hit a bit, but that's maybe fine? Is it? I'll try it. Right. Probably spend knowledge here. That wins the clash. Chances are decent. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. You get your max swig stacks immediately, unless swig like goes away over time, but there doesn't seem to be a way like swig naturally goes away. You're getting hit a bit. You resist slash, so I'm not too concerned, right? Okay, cool. We win a decent bit of clashes, we get our sanity up, and that's just gonna feel nice overall. So weird having 7 sinners for this. Been like a year since there's been 7 sinner content, and this is just gonna hit these guys randomly. We're just doing this for the serpent arm, right? Did we? What? Did we hit 2 crits there? What? Excuse me? How did we manage to get the 5 coins? Okay. That was some insane luck there, I gotta say. Okay, we've got some of our speedy people up now, so that'll help out a decent bit, making sure things go well. Unveil should do decently. Just gotta keep on getting sanity up, right? And that means, work our way down, maybe. Wave Slash seems to be the biggest threat right now. What do we have that can handle it? Scorch Knowledge as a neutral might be our best bet. Oh, that's actually favored. I don't know how much I want to be risky with Hong Lu, though, right? Probably want to have you do, like, that. Oh, Clash lose 3 swig. Okay, that's how you lose your swig. That's annoying. We'll have you deal with that, and we will take that neutral. Because it may be a neutral, but, like, it's DHE Hong Lu. He could, or DHE Merceau. Maybe he's last week, but, like, he's a DHE unit. He can tank. Ignore you, yeah. Some sanity up on some more people. You don't win any clashes with Blink Step. How does Strider look? Better. Actually, that could work. Okay, yeah, try that out. Your sanity's bad, so that could benefit you a bit. Neutral, Neutral, I don't think that works. A lot of neutrals. Don't like that. Really don't like that, but that's kind of how it goes. Nice. Some sanity up for you. As long as we win a decent bit of the neutrals, we're chilling. Like, that's fine. You resist Slash. Shouldn't take too bad of damage from it thanks to that. And this guy's sanity isn't particularly great yet either? Okay. I shouldn't say anything. That alone is gonna really, like, mess up a lot of stuff, I think. It's unfortunate. That was a bit close. We pulled through, though, so that's a lot of sanity from here. That's nice. You get hit a bit, but, like, not that bad. Cool. Yeah. Okay, this guy's high sanity now, which means a lot of these clashes are losing after all, because he's got so much sanity now. Okay, we pull through with Hong Lu. That's the important part. Get his sanity up a decent chunk. Okay, you can't do anything here. Good to know. He does his best, you know, and his best is, it could be better. You can handle that, I guess. Can you? Yes, I believe. It's just pure faith, but, like, what more do you need? Right. Pop the strong attacks on this guy. Kind of needed, honestly. He's doing some strong stuff of his own. Struggling. You could pop that, get more poise build up. Sure, that works, yeah. Looks good. This works. Okay, cool. Nice. I'm sure he's gonna hit some, like, sick animation thing when he gets to half HP. I'm almost certain that's the bit, because they love to finish off, like, each part with some funny, like, bit, right? Good animation fight, right? And he's almost at half, which means the turn is gonna end right now. Yep, okay. What are you doing? He's gonna drop below 1-4. True decapitation! Unused gains offense level, gain attack power, gain damage, do more damage, recent target. Gain 5 swig. You're just killing him? That's it? That's fine. I mean, it's kind of mean, honestly. But, like, it's fine? There's not, like, a lose condition for losing Hong Lu, is there? I don't think there's a Hong Lu's condition. If I wanted to be real funny, I could Durante here. I might as well, honestly. Will I use it elsewise? Probably not, right? And now you're slow. That's a hopeless. Can we ego that? Oh, Sunjar actually rolls well. Wait. Can this be redirected or was that a no? Oh, it can actually be okay. Well, that works then. That actually works really well, huh? Sure. Who kind of just wants sanity more so than damage dealing? Anyone who's got weaker skills, I think, right? Probably the play. Like, you guys, you're struggling. Okay, you just gotta believe. This'll work. That wasn't an unbreakable coin, was it? It might have been, actually. I didn't look at that. It wasn't. Ooh, we lose anyways. Well, at least didn't hit Long Lu. We did have a decent chance of winning that, but not decent enough, it seems. That's fine. How it goes sometimes. That guy almost got staggered. Probably should be trying to like build up Rupture on this guy or something. That's fine. I don't like focusing too hard on Rupture for story fights, because I'd rather see what the enemies do, right? I feel like Rupture especially kills enemies way too fast. Was that it? Did you just do that once and then carry on? Is that it? I get the feeling that that's it, which is interesting. Was it cool? Yeah. Was it weird? Yeah. Snake Fang this guy? Yeah, Snake Fang that guy, please. Please and thank you. Or is this... No, this is the one we gotta clash with. We can't clash with it. Darn. That's fine, though. Because your poise should end up being alright despite that. I think. Neutral leaf. And hitting hard a wee bit. Don't like that. We have to let one of the attacks go through because we can't redirect everything. That's fine. Hong Lu can take a few hits, right? That's the thing at the end of the day. And we managed to stack one of the minions. If we can kill them... I guess... Have we seen all of the boss's skills yet? He might have a skill that's like, oh yeah, bring allies back or something. Like a Ricardo type bit, right? Or like several other enemies. Ricardo's not the only one. Ooh. That's rough. That's fine, though. We're chilling. Darn, that's fine. You get hit a wee bit. That's the only one-side attack going for you, though, so that's fine. Oh yeah, you're healing up a bit over time thanks to your swig. We've seen all your skills. We have. You don't have any way of bringing more allies in, do you? There's not reinforcements, is there? Right, no, okay. Okay, so we can kill that guy, that'll be nice. Oh, we cannot redirect very well this turn. We need to be wary about that. Then... God. We've got some egoing we can do. Egoing. Struggling. Not nice. Let's see. You guys can't redirect the boss, so let's have you guys deal with the other random stuff first and foremost. Which just means, like, hit that guy with, like, a Scorch Knowledge. No, hit that guy with a Polynidza? Yes. Hit this guy with a Scorch Knowledge, so he dies. And then, like, whack at this guy a bit, because he'll get staggered, so that'll work fine. Okay, that works. Land of Illusion's kind of pricey, but we can pop it. That's fine. It's only hitting this guy if I do it like this. Mean. The annoying attack. I mean, Waterfall is what we should use it on, but that might mess with us a bit. Oh well. We hope for the best. And expect the worst. That's for sure. You can clash that away, and then we can... You can't clash, right. You can take that. You got this, buddy. You got this, pally. We believe in everyone, right? As long as we're doing like 30 damage to this guy each turn, we outdamage his funny healing. And we can do that, that's for sure. Nice. More sanity is good. Okay, and we heal our sanity back for this ego, thanks to it just being really nice like that. World of Wonders. You've also lost some of your funny bottle, haven't you? Because we did won some decent clashing edge. Right? Think so. Okay, that guy's not dead yet, darn. 11 HP though, so he's fairly dead. Okay, Hong gets hit by that, but he takes it. Oh. Where is he, Honglu? Oh, he's right behind you! He's cut you in half? He's dead. Okay. That's a victory, though. We take those. You're next. And the last one. How strange and common you are for someone who's failed to protect her master. He doesn't know the Zenith can come back from death. I've claimed young Master Bayu's life. I should be free to clock out. There's no coming back from a crushed brain. This guy doesn't know. Real shame. Had he studied under my tutelage, he could have almost matched me in skill. And the intruder disappeared from the room without another word. After a brief break, I revived the dead sinners. I like how they had like a funny cutscene just for him like showing up there, like drinking a bit, then leaving. Could be that Jack Chu broke from Earth, but you saw the way he was glaring at the rich boy. He wasn't the only one glaring daggers at Honglu, you know. Oh, you alright? Your brain's something funny. Ask him to turn the clock again. No, it's just that this feels new to me. Whenever I was attacked in here, this building felt so infinitely vast. But now that I'm here with all you, it feels so crowded and alive. Oh. And that's funny how? Well, I imagine he's saying that he's happy we've got his back, to paraphrase. Ah, that's sweet. That's a weird fight, that's for sure. Simple enough gimmick, but hit that win condition, that's for sure. Ziren. Oh, and we're at the bottom doors now. Very interesting, these like little... Oh! Oh, that's old P-Corp. Oh my... Was that... Could I see that the entire time? And I could have seen that for a while, couldn't I? This is the umbrella and chair Garion was sitting at, witnessing the old P-Corp in the cutscene. I think it's the cutscene that plays after you do being a real or core suppression. This is just old P-Corp. I thought it was a mirror joke. I see. That is interesting. Huh. Ziren. How does she tie into this? She seems weird. I'm not sure what the bit is with her yet. For sure. Young master, I brewed some new air tea. Will you imbibe some before departing? No way, Honglu. Remember the envelope you registered was torn open? Refuse it. I'm okay. I'd love some tea, Ziren. Thank you. Yes, young master. Honglu sips Ziren's tea. Hey, that tea could be poisoned. I know we have Dante here, but you're being too reckless. I was being reckless on account of having Dante around. If I wasn't really been poisoned, I would be needlessly hurting Dante in the process. Even if she's become a lot less friendly, Ziren's still Ziren, so I thought it'd be okay. Then I realized that Ziren's audition's character was reminiscent of those we'd seen earlier in the backstreets of District 8. Ziren went through a lot of revivals, didn't she? Yes, she's my closest mage servant, so she was on the most expensive version of life insurance. So when you say Ziren's still Ziren, you mean that her memories are intact? Yep. Life insurance doesn't actually decay your memory, but still you'll slowly erode away. Like a stone weathering merciless gusts and rainstorms, the memory shrinks and shrinks, slowly losing its definition, till the form itself is lost. I see. That's why. And it leaves the faint sensation that the stone was once there, until it was no more, then is heard no more. But I hope that faint sensation remains a warm resemblance to Ziren, at least. Ziren quietly cleared the tea set. We could not tell if she'd heard Hong Lu or if she cared at all if she did. Regardless, we left her to her job and made our way to the Palanquin that was waiting to take us to the Round 2 venue. When marching out to meet your foes in a deadly war. Normally most sinners would have laughed at us off for being overdramatic, but today they were all listening intently to every word. We already had several close run-ins with the candidates and their factions, and even the formidable Haisho pack. Those experiences were more than enough to convince us that this was the last time to take her seriously. That this was the time to take her seriously, not last time. We must first learn as much as possible about our primary foe. Then pose the greatest threat, if you will. And that is Jachu. So let's list everything we've learned about the individual so far. Well, we know that he has no problem with bloodying his own hands. Remember how he grabbed those decapitated heads? I know they tried to ensure that both our team and Zichun's wouldn't participate in the family hierarchy war. We're also aware that it is flanked by Zilu, a mighty Haisho, and Zigong, a strategist. And it seemed like he was the one who sent the assassins from last night too, right? Yeah, we know that he's definitely wary of us, so we should also stay on guard. As we all know by now, Daguan is led by 4 ancient and great houses, the Jia, the Shi, the Jue, and the Wang. Ever since the time before my own birth, this is the den of political intrigue, a jungle where a single misstep could spell your death. Today the Jia family holds the most power and influence among the 4. Which means that I was at the top of the world, afforded a life of luxuries and leisure, the kind of envious life that everyone looks up to and aspires to attain. But Big Brother Chu, he was beneath even the rock bottom of the same world. Oh. Rock bottom. A metaphor for aught, perhaps? If it isn't, then I presume he's implying that someone pushed Jachu to the depths. Yes. Many hands pushed him towards the cliff, until there was no more room for him to back up to, till his only choice remaining was to plummet. I assume he was like... Could it have been like Jia Ling, right? That's the name of the other guy, I think, right? If I'm not remembering incorrectly. Possibly he was, like, close to Jachu. Brother Chu is last surviving descendant of the annihilated Kong family. Oh, the Kong family. Yeah, that was mentioned in, Nocturnal Sweeping a bit. Yeah, his surname was Jia, was it not? His mother was from the Kong family. How... My hand is probably one of the many that pushed him off the cliff. I don't think you're the kind of person to do something like that, Hong Lu. Makes sense. No need to make excuses for me. Envy and jealousy came about from my grandmother and the elders' favoritism. And where there is a Zenith, so exists a Nadir. Hiding won't let me get away from it, so I'm going to accept it. Hong Lu remained placid through the entire reveal, as he was making some innocent commentary about the weather and the clouds going by. In fact, watch out for the ones working with a thumb, too. His Ryoshu appeared more agitated than he was. The thumb. Oh, that walking brick house from earlier. Leiheng. You're weirdly worried, Ryoshu. Don't you usually just... It's because he's powerful. Silence descended in the palanquin. Has Ryoshu ever straight up called anyone... Has Ryoshu ever called anyone straight up powerful before? No one replied. Yeah, a bit worrying how much she seems freaked out by him. Lin Dayu. More info. Because we really don't know too much about Lin Dayu yet. Or what exactly happened to her. We arrived at the venue for the second round of the evaluation. We found ourselves in a deep subterranean area with multiple lifts installed in it. Some cousins were rising on this list. Most have already elected to remain down here, quietly and furiously discuss their strategies. As for us, we were slowly getting used to our presence, drawing the attention of every single person in the room the moment we entered. Contestants must now each board their lifts and ascend. Well then, shall we get going too? I feel like we're drawing way too much attention, so let's... Kind of reminds me of the, like, prescript tubes from Ruina, right? How, like, there's a bunch of tubes that the prescripts get put in and they just kind of get sucked away. We were stopped by a voice calling us. Big Brother Bayou. There's Lin Dayu, wow. So she's still alive, but there's something wrong, I'm not sure. Baochai's clan, so she's working for Baochai? Ah, Dayu. Have you been well? Seen a child who looked just like her a few times in Hong Lu's memories. I remember beaming at Hong Lu as she made a mound of petals with one hand. But now she looked at him without a discernible emotion, a spear in the very same hand. Dayu, I didn't think you'd be participating in the family hierarchy war. Have you forgotten that my family cannot exist unless we are in service of greater houses? I am but a blade serving a clan from the Jue family. I see. For Big Sister Bao Chai's family. Yes, I'll be fighting in the service of others to the last of my days. Dayu. Hong took a step toward her. She raised her hand and pushed him away. It was not a threat, but her gesture carried such implicit resoluteness that it brought Hong Lu to stop. Dayu, I'll be departing to Dagwan Yan soon. The elders have commanded me to leave here and experience more of the world. It is interesting how, like, it's like the opposite color here, right? Indicate how different, you know, Jabayu is from Honglu in terms of like that. You're leaving Dagwan Yan? So you leave me now, still refusing to illuminate me about the truths about that day. Once again, that day. That day when, assumably, Honglu left Jialing to die while saving Dayu. Why? Why would you stop smiling like that? Then, I hope you'll never come back here again. She had an intimate bond once, yet all is for naught. Now I'm unbound by the heavens, unbound by the dirt. Still lies this heart of mine now, with emptiness wrought. A blossom may be lovely now, but its wilting sharpens the blade of woe, the blade of hurt. Our meeting never should have come to pass. You always say things that are so difficult and saddening to hear. My own funeral was held long ago, and now, having met you for the final time... Yeah. Full body insurance thingy. Very weird, that's for sure. It's very... I did, like, notice, like, the irony of that. The fact they brought back two of, like, the random general receptions from Ruina, but not the one with a mass attack called life insurance, right? Not the literal life insurance one. 3 Aeronaut, like, very funny, that's for sure. When we meet our ends here, may we each become a lone thread of formless smoke, to be scattered to the winds. With that, Dayu walked away from us. Ah, looks like I forgot to introduce her to everyone. She's someone with whom I had a brief connection in my childhood, though I guess our reunion was made under pretty unfavorable circumstances. That she has come here in service of another candidate means that we'll be enemies the next time we meet. Yisong trailed off without vocalizing that sentiment and sighed. Connection are such fickle things, after all. Wonder if that means she'll end up being, like, the Part 2 boss or something. Honglu muttered with a faint hint of loneliness and entered the green lift, enclosed by 4 pillars. The lift rises ploddingly. When I looked down, I could see the other candidates, still waiting for their lifts, looking up at us. The candidates whose fates may or may not intermingle with us, our own, in this battle. Jabayu! Zuepan, yeah. You'll never leave this place alive! No matter what it takes, we will cut off your head! No matter what it takes! Someone screams bitterly from beneath us, but the lift does not stop. Young Honglu, are we to battle villains henceforth in this quest? But to them, we are the villains. And they are to be the evil in our eyes? It's a distinction without a difference. Yeah, to them, like, since Honglu is, like, this big, like, pampered, like, prince to them, he's kind of, like, the status quo in their eyes, right? He's the next in line, like, in terms of pure, like, bloodline descendancy to some degree. I mean, they're all related to some degree. Not all of them, but a lot of them. But, like, he definitely seems like kind of like an insult for, like, the pampered prince in their eyes to be the one who gets it. Well, whatever the case, I'm pretty sure that trying to draw a clear line between enemies and allies won't mean much. Seeing that we finally arrived at our destination's lift slowed down. Yep, there it is, Old P Corp. We were greeted by a sight that first glance appeared as though it belonged outside, but we were still clear within the confines of Hongyuan. Okay, so they had, like, a facility underground or something, right? And that's the Old P Corp. Underneath the blue sky were 2 metal gates leading to a massive looming structure. Red lights flared ominously around the building. Looks like they decorated this huge space to look like the outside. Can't even fathom how much money they must have poured into this project. I guess the question is this a recreation of the Old P Corp, or was the Old P Corp in this recreation of outside? Family hierarchy evaluations, round 2. A disembodied voice echoed from the speakers of the buzz. Begins now. The door to the lift that carried us up here closed shut. Oh. I finally recognize where we are now. You've been here before? This place is... site of the former H-Corp that was once headed by the Kong family. The place still bleeds from the wounds made then. I wonder if we will be spilling fresh blood over them today. We were surrounded by the loud and crowded bustle of the teeming audience. Is Honglu smiling still, as he is always since our first meeting? Turn around to face him, only to see a much younger Honglu from the trailer. The deep sorrow in the child's eyes was about to overflow, as if he were ready to burst into tears. Yeah. When Garion tore through that old age corp and he witnessed probably some horrifying stuff in there. Unlocked after 522 KST update. Yep. That's all for now. Very interesting, that's for sure. The fact that Bina's like tied up in all of this to some degree. Garion was the one who took down the former H Corp, the one headed by the Kong family, which of course was the family that Jachu was from. He was probably like a teenager around then by the looks of it, so he witnessed all that sort of horrible things. Seems like Honglu also witnessed all that sort of horrible things. Very interesting stuff, that's for sure. Oh, soft locking issue. Yeah, of course. Final notice ready to become undirectable. Why not, right? I got some rewards for clearing some stages and some other antics. How delightful. Very cool looking. Well, I've got a good reason to grind Mirror Dungeon now that I can, benefit from it, so... I guess I can also get more boxes and stuff, which is nice. Because you are always a little short on boxes the first few weeks of the season, since you can only get so many. Doing decent on shards, too. Partially thanks to those guaranteed 3-star tickets I used, getting some random IDs for some people, getting some stuff. It was definitely crazy that I managed to get the Rodion. But yeah. A lot of interesting stuff so far. Oh yeah, they changed this to be the old H Corp. Curious what to call the old H Corp. I guess we really don't have like a good idea yet. We'll learn in time, right? Probably next week. We'll have to see. Very interesting how a lot of this stuff is tying together, though. How important, the old P Corp ideas, the whole old P Corp being destroyed in Lob Corp has tied into this stuff. But yeah. That'll be all for this week. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys for part 2. Bye.